2,000 points of Blood Angels versus Death Guard. This is the first time that they're on the channel, the first time that I've played against Death Guard since their codex, and the first time I've used Blood Angels not with the index stats. So what I've tried to do with 2,000 points is give a good showing of both armies. I know that I'm playing against Mortarion today. That's all I know. I don't know how the army works, how it's going to work against Blood Angels. I know it's probably going to be a lot of zombies, poxwalkers, and a lot of horde to get through. But what I've done is built a Blood Angels list that I think showcases a lot of what the new codex is doing, but not only that, the chapter itself. So I have a Librarian Dreadnought in there. I have a good complement of Death Company. I have 12 of them. I have Sanguinary Guard in there, a few troops choices, and a new HQ that I'm bringing, which is a Captain with Jump Pack, Hammer of Baal, and Storm Shield. And he also has Death Visions of Sanguinius, giving him a 5 of Feel No Pain and 1s to re-roll. So he's durable, he's smashy. I lovingly call him Captain Mushroom Cloud Layan watch Pulp Fiction, and you'll know what I mean. I'm very excited to see what this list does against Death Guard, and to get some of the new stratagems out there and see what they do. So I hope you guys enjoy. Points of Blood Angels, new codex. This is the first list I've built for them and the first time I'll be playing them. I tried to maximize a lot of what I thought the codex was trying to get at, so I have a lot of jump marines and special characters. I have several detachments. I have a battalion, a spearhead, and a vanguard. So let's just chip into these. The battalion, well, leading my entire 2,000 points army, is the first time I've ever ran one in 4 years, which is a captain for Blood Angels. And I'm running captain, and he is equipped with a Thunderhammer and a Storm Shield and a Jump Pack. Now, I've given him a relic, and the relic is the Hammer of Baal, which is a Thunderhammer. It just strikes at initiative, so there's no -1 to hit with it. I've also given him the stratagem for burning another command point, Death Visions of Sanguinius. This makes any captain, chaplain, or lieutenant that I choose to have the Death Company keyword in the Black Rage rule. So he has the Death Company keyword in the Black Rage rule, and you'll also see on his left shoulder pauldron, I modeled a Death Company shoulder pauldron there to demonstrate the Death Visions of Sanguinius. So that's my captain. The next HQ I have is Lamarte's. I know that's not the Lamarte's model, but this is the new chaplain with Jump Pack kit, and I like it, and I like how I painted it. So that's my counts as Lamarte's. And then moving on to my troops choices, I have two 5-man attack squads. Sergeants have bolt pistol chainsword, everybody else has bolters, and one close combat scout squad, so combat knives, bolt pistols, 5-man there. Next HQ is a Librarian Dreadnought. He's got his Force Halberd there, and his psychic powers, of course, are Smite, the Quickening, and Wings of Sanguinius, so Flying Dreadnoughts are back. The spearhead there with the 3 heavy supports, I have a Bell Predator with assault cannons and heavy bolters. I have a Predator tank with all las cannons, 4 las cannons on him. And on the Bell Predator as well, he has a Storm Bolter. And the last Predator has the Predator autocannon and las cannon sponsons. I have a Sanguinary Priest with jump pack. He is actually pulled out of the index for his stats because in the new codex they don't have a jump pack, and I know he's not modeled with a jump pack, but I didn't really feel like pulling his backpack off, so he has a jump pack, and he just has a bolt pistol and the red grail. Moving on to the Elite's choices, I have a 12-man squad of Death Company. They all have chainswords and bolters, so every bolt pistol you see is actually a bolter because that's new in this data entry, and they can take a chainsword and a bolter. And I also have 2 power swords in there and a power fist in that 12-man. I have an 8-man Sanguinary Guard. Again, they just changed the points on that, so the glaive and carmines are the same price as power fists. So my 8-man Sanguinary Guard has 8 power fists and Angelus bolt guns. So every gun you see is going to be an Angelus bolt gun because they changed the points on those as well. I have a Sanguinary Ancient. He does have a glaive and carmine and an Angelus bolt gun. He also has, I burned a command point to bring a second relic. He has the Standard of Sacrifice, which gives units within 6 inches of him a 5-up Feel No Pain. I think that's going to come into play. And finally, rounding out the list is a fast attack choice, and that is 5-man Assault Marines with jump packs and 2 Melta-Guns in that squad. So with burning my command points in the beginning there to beef up the captain, I'm starting the game with 6 command points, and that is 2,000 points of Blood Angels. 2,000 points of Death Guard. You're running a battalion, right?
I am.
All right, why don't you start me with the HQs?
All right, with the HQ, we got the Demon Prince of Nurgle. I love that model. Huge sword. The Lord of Contagion and the Malignant Plague Caster.
Who's your warlord?
The warlord is going to be the Demon Prince.
Okay.
Elites, we're looking at the Plague Surgeon and the Lightbringer, I think he's called.
Okay.
Yeah. The dude with the bell.
The bell guy.
Troops, we got a bunch. We got 2 units of 20 Poxwalkers apiece.
Oh, good.
We have 2 units of 7 Plague Marines.
Okay.
This one has the Blight Launcher, a Plasma Gun, and a Champion with a Power Fist. This one has Plasma Gun, Power Fist. These are the old school ones too. I love these ones. And we got a group of 5 Plague Marines, the leader carrying a Power Axe.
Nice.
Fast attack, we're looking at the 2 Bloat Drones.
Okay. And you'll have to inform me because I don't know. Are those standard kitted? What do those have for armament?
They each just have 2 Plague Spitters.
Okay.
That's pretty standard.
Alright.
Heavy support is the Deafy.
Okay.
Love Nurgle Deafy.
And he's got the looks like the
Battle Cannon, the Scourge, and the Reaper Elk.
Okay.
And the Lord of War, Morty.
Oh, that guy.
Oh, that little guy.
Morty.
That little feller.
Yeah, I like how he was at the end.
Yeah. like we weren't just staring at that the whole time. All right, 2,000 points.
And by the way, there's also a Primarch.
Put a easy button. Okay. 2,000 points of Death Guard. This is the table after deployment. Tim, you won the roll-off, so you got to pick deployment sides. And with this mission, we place 2 objectives in the center and then an objective in each of our deployment zones. So we'll start with my Blood Angels deployment zone here. I put 2 squads attack Marines over this, staring at Mortarion. Good job, me. And that is the objective right there. The 4-point objective for you.
That's the dead guy, right?
Yeah, that's the dead guy.
Space Hulk.
I put my 3 Predators here, along with my Librarian and some Scouts up top, and that is it for my deployment. Everything else is set up in the Teleportarium. We've got an objective here. That's the Demon Head with an axe in it. We've got the Banner of Sanguinius sitting there. And over to the Death Guard side, we've got Mortarion in this corner.
The other objective is right in there in that building.
Okay, we'll get over there.
Yeah, so we got Mortarion, and we go down the line, a group of Poxwalkers, Drones, Plague Marines, and other guys.
You got your Prince right there.
The squad. The squad holding the objective.
Alright.
Nurgle Sorcerer, or what's the other?
Malignant Playcaster.
Yeah, okay.
All right, and I won deployment. Would you like to seize? Or I won a turn. Would you like to seize?
Sure. Why not? I did not.
Did not. In fact, I don't even know what that was because it just looked like pus.
I looked at dice.
Blood Angels turn 1 movement. I moved the attack squad up just to be within 24 of Mortarion because those bolters are going to kill him. I dropped my captain down here into the center of these predators. And I also moved the scouts down from that second floor, and that is it. The bolters here shot into Mortarion, 2 wounds, but he saved them both. But the real damage happened here from burning a command point for kill shot, which adds 1 to the wound roll and also adds 1 to the damage output. And this captain's sitting right there allowing reroll 1s to hit. So I shot the las cannon predator down into Mortarion, and I shot this predator with the autocannon down into Mortarion, and some of the best rolls I think you could probably ever have out of it, 2 tanks, and took him down to 5 wounds left. And then I shot the heavy bolters from the Bale Predator into, what is that?
The Fetid Bloat Drone.
Okay, and taking a wound off him. So, not a ton done, but a ton of work done on Mortarion. Mortarion moved up onto the attack marines. And the entire...
With the Blightbringer, anytime they advance, you roll 2 dice and choose the highest.
So they advanced 10.
So they advance 10 inches.
Nice.
Running Poxwalkers.
Whee!
Everybody else advanced and moved up because there's nothing in range. And, yeah.
Basically just pushed up the board.
Everybody just kind of moved.
Alright, and moved Effie up. So just one big slogging line of death.
Yep.
Death Guard shooting turn 1. We'll start over here with Mortarion. Well, Psychic, he did Smite.
Smited.
And killed 2 off. And then he shot his Lantern and killed another one off. What do we have? Nothing shot there, nothing shot there. All the way over to Deathy, right?
Yeah.
Oh, no, wait. You cast with your Demon Prince.
Oh, yeah, I did some buffing with the Psychers.
Okay, and you buffed...
Buffed Deafy, so you're -1 to hit, and he has +1 strength and toughness.
Very good. And then he shot down at the Bale Predator, right?
Yep.
And took a wound off him with the Reaper autocannons, actually. The battle cannon failed. That's it, right?
That's everything for sure.
Cool. Only 1 assault, Mortarion, who
10-inch charge.
made his 10-inch charge, though I hit you with 2 Overwatch shots.
Yes, you did. And
that did not wound. And he made it in, and before he could even swing, his host of plagues killed the last 2 Tech Marines outright with just a plague swarm, and they died. So he didn't even swing.
Just by getting near him.
Just by getting near him, he's gross.
He smells so bad that people die.
And he's set up right there, looking down at the rest of the Blood Angels backline.
Yeah.
Blood Angels turn 2 movement. They didn't do anything. They didn't move because they can still see Mortarion's wings. Captain stayed put to aid, but the Librarian Dreadnought moved up, and the Scouts moved up and ran as well. So they made it up into that cover there.
There's something missing.
Well, the Librarian here, he cast Quickening. I need a 7, I rolled a 6. And then he cast Smite onto this Blight Drone, and you need a 5, and I rolled a 4. Okay. And over here was Mortarion.
Oh, man. That too.
I shot with kill shot again into Mortarion, killing him with both Predators. Then I shot the Bale Predator down into this Blight Drone and took what off him?
2.
2 off him with the Assault Cannon. And I was going to charge, but not now because someone can't be a good psyker. Death Guard turn 2 movement, and the Walking Dead continues. The Poxwalkers ran up, and they're encompassing this objective. Somehow I got to get through that.
They're squatting on it.
And all of them moved up, but this is where I'm really interested. This Fetid Black Drone, which is French for poop, came over top of this chapel and popped down on my... I didn't realize they could do that.
They fly.
Now I know they can do that, and so they're not safe. And then I didn't realize how fast he is without wings.
8 inches.
He's 8-inch moving as well, and so he's up here, and this guy can't cast any psychic powers today, so that's gonna go well. Defiler moved up to get crunchy time. In fact, actually having Mortarion in your list was probably the best thing you ever did for the Defiler.
Yeah, because it took attention away from the
he's turned 2 and he's now wounded. And these guys moved up as well, everything moving down. Well, Defiler is actually, he's crabbing that objective.
Yeah.
And we've got some guys sitting on that one.
Territory. Yeah.
That is it. That's a lot of movement. All right, Tim, start me off with what your psychic did.
Well, first we put the buffs on the Deafy again, with the +1 strength and toughness and -1 to hit. And he smited the librarian.
Took 2 wounds off him.
That was fun. There used to be a scout squad in there.
There was a scout squad.
Yeah.
A brave scout squad.
They did. They were
they're out there.
They punched out in front of the rest of the army.
And got hit with plague spitters.
Well, that guy. I almost fell.
Yeah, don't do that.
It was worth it.
Don't worry about you.
And what else?
And then we took some wounds off the Predator with these guys.
All your backline there shot up. Let's see, plasma guns and bolters.
Plasma guns, blight launchers, bolters.
And the blight launcher did some work as well and took him down to 5 wounds. That's some work.
Yep.
The fetid blight drone charged. You failed, but you did a command point reroll to make an 8-inch charge into the Librarian Dreadnought. I hit with 1 Overwatch shot, but failed to wound you. And you swung with something gross and didn't do any damage.
Plague, so pretty much you thrust.
It's a plague. It's
Blight,
this is
drone.
this is and now the Librarian swung back, hit with 2.
You needed 2 5+ invuln saves.
Yeah, you needed 2 5-up invols, and you made them both. Cool. That shouldn't happen.
So that was a whole lot of nothing.
This Librarian Dreadnought is well, he's looking like he did back in 6th edition so far. So. And what a movement. Everything else arrived. So, well, what a movement. These guys stayed put. These guys stayed put. Of course, still locked in assault, but Sanguinary Guard arrived. And they've got 2 viable targets, the Defiler, or, well, 3 actually. And the Assault Marines arrived with their 2 melt-guns. And Death Company arrived way over at the backfield here with the Lamartes and the Sanguinary Priest with the jump packs. So, and they're moving up, looking at those Chaos Marines. It was a tad lackluster. The Assault Marine shot in the Defiler, who was -1 to hit and +1 strength and +1 toughness. Failed to wound with either melt-a-gun. They shot with all their Angel's bolt guns into him. Actually wounded, but failed to. He made his saves. This Predator tank with the autocannon shot into the Defiler as well, whiffed on both last cannons, and failed to wound with the Predator autocannon. But now to where things actually did happen, the Bell Predator here shot down into Poxwalkers, killing off 9. Is that right?
Yep.
And the last cannon Pred shot into this fetid blight drone and took him down to 2 wounds left. And the bolt guns from the Death Company shot into this squad, killing 1 because they're tough. And I shot with the bolt pistols from both of them into this squad as well, and nothing came from that. That is it. Oh, and Psychic Phase. I cast Smite onto him, and you denied?
No, he just was disgustingly resilient.
Oh, that's right. He made it with his 5-up.
The other thing.
And, but he did get quickening off, but then I rolled a miraculous 1 for 1 more attack. Not as much happened as I would have liked. Swung with the Librarian Dreadnought into him and took 5 wounds off him. That was pretty good. He swung back, did nothing. Made the charge with the Sanguinary Guard by burning 2 command points and charging in with 3d6. Made it with an 11-inch charge. Swung, but I'm not near my captain, which I was hoping to do. And he's -1 to hit and up on his toughness and everything else. So the Power Fist just didn't pay off, and I took him down to 9 wounds, so I took, what, 5 off him?
Yep.
So not as great as I had hoped. Over here, this was the saddest thing I've seen ever, which was all this Death Company hit and only killed 2 of the 5 off of this objective. So, and then they swung back and nothing happened. So you also killed a guy here in Overwatch and killed a Sanguinary Guard in Overwatch. That really didn't work out for me. Contagion has made it onto the board. They've all shuffled. He's so dead. Get him off the board. That was a turn 2 victory. I don't care if I lose. I won.
Easy button died.
Easy button dead. Alright, Poxwalker has moved up. All this just shifted up. These guys shifted back. Interesting. He's moved up. The Prince of whatever. And let's see, your Poxwalkers moved back here, right?
Yep.
They're just walking in reverse, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Someone turned around, someone didn't.
Okay. They're lazy.
They're moonwalking.
Alright, up towards Death Company. That should be interesting. Let's see, we cast the classic buffing combo on him. So it's -1 to hit, +1 toughness and strength. And then you attempted to cast Smite onto him, and I denied with an epic roll of 12.
Nice.
So shooting, what happened here? You shot with these guys.
Knocked a wound, I think, off of that.
Yeah, you did the Blight Launcher and a bunch of bolters and plasma and knocked a wound. And all of these guys shot into Lamartes because he's the closest, because I'm a strategic genius. But they failed to... He made a ton of armor saves, but they failed to wound him. And that is it for the shooting, is that correct?
Yes.
All right. That was intense. Lord Contagion made it in with a 9-inch charge and
One guy.
killed 1 TAC Marine, and I swung back, but with the Red Thirst rule, was able to wound with 3, and then you rolled 3 1s for your saves. Then you didn't make any of your...
Disgusting resilient.
So he's down 3 wounds. Good job, TAC Squad. Good job. Over here, the Blood Angels Librarian swung back on the Warlord here, the Demon Prince, and took, what did he take off him, 4?
Yep.
And you guys swung back on him and took him down to 2.
Yep.
Over here, this is not going well because I got my Warlord back here, so he's not buffing the Sanguinary Guard, and Duffy is using a Scourge and ripping them apart, so I've lost 4 total in this combat over here. Things aren't going well for them. Death Company were able to consolidate and kill off the Plague Marines here before they could swing, and the Poxwalkers are trying to lumber up to them and swung back on Death Company and didn't kill any, right?
Nope.
I made my armor saves and feel no pain. And that is it,
That was it.
right?
Yep.
Wow, that was a lot of assaults going on. I think Blood Angels got the better half of that, but you're in position. Yeah, over here especially. But you're in position to make a second push too, so let's see what happens. These guys just consolidated there. Captain Mushroom Cloud Laying Mother, what? Jumped out from the tanks. He's going to clean up this end of the board is my hopes, because the Librarian Dreadnought not doing a lot. Sanguinary Guard jumped out of close combat with the Defiler. The Assault Marines moved up within Melta range of the Defiler. And Death Company, Lamartes, and the Sanguinary Priests started to converge on this objective over here. I don't know. We're still locked in close combat. I don't know if they can do enough damage back to kill out the Poxwalkers. Here's hoping. And I don't know what that guy is, but I'm sure I'm going to find out. Wow, that was not great. Did my last command point kill shot and shot with both Predators into him, only taking 1 wound off him. That was just bad rolls. I rolled 1s and 2s to hit, and I moved the captain out so they don't get the rerolls on 1s. That was a bad call. Anyway, shooting with the Bale Predator.
Predator did a lot more.
He's the only one who did work. He took 10 of them out. 9?
There were 11.
Alright, took 9 of them out of there. Melted guns over here. I rolled a 1 and a 2. Very happy about that. And that is it. That was a horrible shooting phase. But hey, Mortarian's dead. I don't know if you remember that.
Drive that home.
Lots of stuff. Okay, we'll start here. Lord of Contagion killed off the last 4 TAC Marines. We figured that would happen. Let's see. Oh, over here. This was awesome.
There used to be 2 things there.
Librarian swung back, took him down to 2 wounds. The Warlord down to 2 wounds. The captain swung into the blight drone, killed that off. But then the, what is he, Demon Prince of Nurgle, swung back on the Librarian Dreadnought, killed him. He exploded on a 6. That happens like every game to us.
Every game.
He took 2 mortal wounds, but saved one with his 5-up. And I have a 5-up as well, but I couldn't save mine. Even with re-rolling the 1, I rolled another 1 again. So he dropped a wound, and I dropped a wound from the Librarian Dreadnought blowing up. And over here, Lamartes and the Death Company did the best they could swinging their chainswords, and they brought them down to 2 Poxwalkers left. Everything moved up. The Plague Walkers jumped over here because they're quick. Order Contagion stayed put, right?
He shifted back a tiny bit.
Okay. And the Blight Drone and those guys moved up. They stayed put, correct?
No, they came back. They had gone that way to...
Oh, they're kind of just stuck. They don't know what to do.
Oh, they know what to do.
They should just hang out on that slab of granite all day.
Different targets.
Ooh, just staring down at each other here. And Duffy just stayed put. The caster of casting moved up. The plague drone here shot with his, what do you call them?
Plague spitters.
And hit with 9 hits and took him down 2 wounds. These guys, you did a command point on those plague marines for the Long War. Yep. Veterans of the Long War, and they failed to hit or wound.
Yeah, they didn't do shit.
On that Pred tank. What else do we have here?
I did the Nurgle's Rot stratagem.
Oh yeah, 3 command points, Nurgle's Rot, and you wounded him 3 times.
Yep.
But with my 5-up Feel No Pain, I saved 2 of them and failed 1, so he's down a wound. And you shot with your everything at these guys. 1 wound, and I made it with a 5-up. What happened?
Apparently the Demon Prince thought the grenade that the captain was throwing was a treat. He swallowed it and blew it up.
Did he use his Thunder Hammer to bat the crack grenade and Overwatch at him?
He did. I think we saw some golf action going on.
Oh, he's so dead. From Overwatch, from a guy with a hammer.
Yep.
Well, that's one victory point for Blood Angels for Slay the Warlord. And over here, your Poxwalkers actually killed one of the Death Company, bringing a Poxwalker back. So there was 2 Poxwalkers there, but Lamartes single-handedly killed them off. You charge with your Defiler into the Assault Marines.
Yep.
I hit with an Overwatch because you're a toughness 8 now. I failed to wound, and because of your psychic powers there, and you failed to hit on everything.
Failed in the fight.
And I've got Assault Marines, so they failed as well. But I was able to consolidate, so I actually have more guys on that objective than you right now. So I had some really tough decisions to make here. I moved the Predator tank up here to score this objective, hoping that he does not make his roll over here to score this. I also moved the captain back. I know, but I was thinking about jumping him over here, but there's still a troop's choice. He has 5 attacks on the charge. There's 6 guys there. At maximum, he could kill 5 of them, which would leave a guy scoring the objective from him because they're a troop's choice, plus his turn having them there. So I jumped the captain back here to get shooting the reroll ones for them instead, and save it so my warlord doesn't die to all that plague and pestilence. I moved the Sanguinary Guard up on just to double secure this objective, and I moved them all up and through just to show Duffy that he can't survive a game with me. I shot with the Predator over here, killed the Lord of Contagion with 4 last cannon shots.
A little bit overkill.
And with the captain here buffing them, that was important to have those rerolls to 1.
Yep.
However, there is 1 guy left with both Predator tanks shooting in. They sitting in cover. There's, I can't believe it, 1 guy left. I almost made you have to run for that. But I know you had that guy there, but it's the thought that counts. And no shooting over here, so turn 5 assaults. This is really coming down to a tight game here. Over here, there was a Defiler, and there was a, what was his name?
Malignant Plaguecaster.
And Death Company did a multi-charge, charged the Defiler, and Sanguinary Guard did a multi-charge, charged the Defiler and the Malignant Plaguecaster, and took the Malignant Plaguecaster down to a wound, and Sanguinary Guard and Death Company took the Defiler down to a wound, but the Assault Marines, the lowly Assault Marines, swung with their chainswords and took the last wound from the Defiler.
Who of course exploded.
And putting D3 mortal wounds, killed the Malignant Plaguecaster.
Yep.
And also killed a Sanguinary Guard and a half, a Death Company, and an Assault Marine. So that's a big crater there. We should replace that with a crater over this objective of a Demon Head. Yeah. Oh, beautiful.
Definitely blowed up good.
That was awesome. And that is it for Blood Angels. I hope I did enough demonstrating this codex with the command points and the assault power that they have, or lack thereof at times. Alright, turn 5, Death Guard. My worst fears are realized when, because of this guy, you buffed these guys and ran, you needed a 3 on 2 dice, and you rolled a 2 and a 3. And you have one guy within 3 inches of that scoring that objective with a troop's choice. Annoying. You moved him up to the Bale Predator. You ran them up to there, so no shooting from those guys.
Nope.
And, oh yeah.
There's nothing over there.
There's nothing over on that half of the board. Alright, end of turn 5, Death Guard. It was kind of a lackluster, well, it was good. You finally killed a Blood Angels tank. You shot the Blight drone over here, and you killed him with 2 wounds to go, and he did not explode. There's no shooting from over here because of the Poxwalkers. They advanced, so there's no shooting from him, and everything's dead over there. So, in the game, it says, on a 3-up of me, the game will continue to a turn 6. Because right now we're at a draw, are we not?
We are.
Because I killed your Warlord, but you've got First Blood, so that's a wash. My Warlord's still pumping. You have Linebreaker, I have Linebreaker.
We each have 6 points worth of objectives. You scoring 4 here and 2 there. Me scoring 4 there and 2 here.
So if this goes on a 3-up, it does not! What?
The game is over.
A draw. A draw. All that work. No, it was good though, Tim.
It doesn't look like a draw, considering how much of your army is still there compared to mine.
True.
And give you the moral victory for killing Mortarion.
I did kill Mortarion turn 2. I was super happy about that. Yeah, I gotta admit I had really good dice rolls turn 1.
Yeah.
But you know, the Sanguinary
for it to come down to a draw.
Hey, that's okay. Yeah. You know what? Sometimes
it happens.
Take a little ground, give a little ground. But that was tactically, I think, done well. The Sanguinary Guard, I should have buffed them with the Captain. I was planning on that to deal with the Defiler without them being buffed. They just got bogged down by him until everybody else came in to do the heavy lifting. But yeah, all in all, Tim,
that was
thanks for a debut of Death Guard and Blood Angels Codex. That was an amazing game. Lots of explosions. All right, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time.